Hi everybody, I'm Vance, and I just want to announce that I'm about ready to start a new YouTube series where I read a book called A Man Called Mark, the biography of Bishop Mark Dyer, and it was written by Tom Linthicum. I apologize if I didn't pronounce that name right. There are some names that I have a hard time pronouncing, and there's also a foreword by Rowan Williams. If you want to know what this book is about, it says here on the back. Within these pages is the remarkable life of the Right Reverend James Mark Dyer, a former Roman Catholic monk who became one of the most influential and beloved leaders of the Episcopal Church and the worldwide Anglican Communion. Bishop Mark Dyer was a gentle, affirming, caring human being with an inbuilt moral compass pointing in the direction of Ubuntu. These are the words of the Archbishop Emeritus Desmond Tutu. Through the remarkable life of Bishop Mark Dyer, the reader learns about the history of the Episcopal Church, the Anglican Communion, 20th century ecumenism, and the challenges of theological education. Beautifully written, this book invites one into a remarkable world of faith, hope, and love. These are the words of the Very Reverend Ian Markham, President and Dean of Virginia Theological Seminary. The theological values and principles that Mark Dyer developed and taught are vital to the continued transformation of the Church today. These are the words of the Very Reverend Robin Zoke Coolidge, Dean of Stevenson School for Ministry in the Diocese of Central Pennsylvania. A Man Called Mark allows those of us who knew him to know him, perhaps more fully, and for others to meet this wise and seasoned man of the Spirit for the first time. These are the words of the Most Reverend Frank T. Griswold, the Roman numeral that I honestly don't know what number it's supposed to represent, but he was one of the presiding bishops of the Protestant Episcopal Church in the United States. About the author, Tom Linthicum, he is a freelance writer who spent nearly 35 years as an award-winning journalist, primarily for the Baltimore Sun. He currently teaches journalism at the University of Maryland. A lifelong Episcopalian, he knew Mark Dyer for 10 years and was selected by the bishop to be his biographer. He and his wife, Dorothy, also a writer, have 2 grown children and 3 granddaughters and live in Alexandria, Virginia. And, of course, this book is published by Church Publishing Incorporated. Once again, I do want to apologize if there were some names that I may have mispronounced, or if there was at least one word that I may not have pronounced properly, because sometimes that happens to us every now and then. We try and say something, but it doesn't come out right. Unfortunately, that's just how life is sometimes. But basically, if you are interested in learning any more about Bishop Mark Dyer, I am going to start recording more videos where I actually read the pages detailing the life of this wonderful former Roman Catholic monk who eventually became one of the greatest bishops in the Anglican Communion in the late 20th century and the early 21st century. So if you're interested, head on over to the next video. I look forward to seeing you soon.